to the next question. You've talked so much about development in Imo State. Now, what about insecurity in Imo State? There has been relative peace, in Imo for some time now, because I've sat with some of the political figures from your state here in the studio, and they were able to testify that your government, that your principal, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, has done relatively well when it comes to insecurity. How did he manage to do that? Compare, despite the fact that Imo State and other states in the southeast are the hubs for this IPOB and ESN, members. So how did your principal, how did he able to tame, the rise, the upsurge of this IPOB and other insecurity elements in Imo State, sir? Anything that you would like us to know? How did he manage to do that?
First, I want to appreciate those who appeared on your studio and were able to tell you that the situation of insecurity in Imo State has been dealt with. I love to say that Imo State is not the hub. I disagree that Imo State is the hub.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Southeast is the hub. We can begin to do the argument. Now, when we came on board, because of the circumstances surrounding the coming of the governor.
Yes. Yes.
Like I did say earlier, a lot of people felt entitled, and they started to plot on how to undermine the system, undermine the government, and then some of them went into all manner of alliances.
Yes.
Non-state actors, and then unleashed criminals on the state. If you recall, the first bitter experience we had was the jailbreak here at the correctional center.
Yes.
And then the criminals.
Yes.
The criminals who had been in prison, waiting for the final decision on their life. They were released. These people, they facilitated the release.
How are you sure? How are you sure about that? These are just allegations.
No. You see, it's there. They've not been able to, because you see, they've not been able to discredit what really happened. Because I mean, as I'm going to explain further, you understand that that it was all an attempt by political opponents to undermine Uzodimma, to ensure that he never succeeded. But I think they overlooked something. They didn't realize how intentional, how prepared the man they were dealing with was, to serve Imo State. They didn't realize that. Now, one of the things that the governor did,
yes,
was to ensure that all the security agencies working in Imo State work in harmony, work as a team. The Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Civil Defense, all the hand-bearing, security agencies, they work in harmony. We are constantly meeting, mapping out strategies on how to go about arresting these people. And I mean, if you listen to them, most of these boys were arrested. A good number of them were arrested. And of course, you know how, the way security will do their work. One information can lead to another, one can lead to another, and so they were singing, most of them sang, and they were, letting us know who and who, they were working for. So when I say, people who had interest in the government of this state,
yes,
opponents,
yes,
who aligned with non-state actors to undermine the state, thinking that they were undermining the governor. So that was really what happened. But I'm glad to report today that the situation, is fully under control. Imo State, as we speak today, is is one of the most peaceful states you can think about. When we came here,
Yes, sir.
when the whole of Owerri, there was no nightlife. Of course, you know that Imo State is one of the states in the country that you can go to, and then nightlife was just given. But the completely disappeared. They ran away because of insecurity. You know. So, but as I speak to you today, nightlife is back. People go about their businesses. People open their shops.
Yes.
Even on Mondays, we no longer have sit at home.
Yes.
On Monday, in Imo State, that's completely fizzled out. You know, but that wasn't the situation before. So those who appeared on your program and told you that look, the situation insecurity in Imo State has been able. I think they are right. That it's not just them, even those who live abroad, who live overseas, and who happen to come home now. Because a lot of people who are living outside the country.
Yes.
Some of them will get information about how insecurity has crippled life, and how people are no longer living here. Until they come here and stay here for 1 week, 1 month, so some of them will go back and say, wow, unlike what we had, this is it. So there will always be time for people to say, okay, this thing that I'm doing that is not yielding results.
Yes.
Why not I think time came when those who felt that they were trying to undermine Uzodimma's position. Not that the more we try to undermine this man's program, the more we are seeing the result of what he doing. And in any case, I think because of the development that they are seeing here,
yes,
the people were happy, and then they didn't have any choice, than to queue behind them. And then people who were in the position to give information about insecurity, they were given information and all that. And so it was a collective effort, and at the end of the day, that's why we have the peace we have achieved today.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Honorable Maguike Nwachukwu, who is the Chief Press Secretary and Special Advisor on Media to Imo State Governor, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. This is Overt Radio. We are broadcasting to you live from the city of Lagos. We are currently streaming on our YouTube channel, Overt Radio Live. You can watch this interview later on during the day, during the week, on our various social media platforms on X, Overt Radio Live on Instagram, Overt News on TikTok, overt.radio.lagos. All right, sir. Thank you very much for hanging in there with us. Now, let us gradually, move to politics. Now, sir, this next question, please, I want you to be honest. I know you'll be honest with us. Now, there have been rumors that the deputy governor of the state, Honorable Chinyere Ekumaro, had resigned. What is the veracity regarding that story? Is she still the deputy governor? And if and of late she is no longer, I don't know if that is true, if she's still physical in the state functions, what is the state of her position at the moment, sir?
Kenneth.
Yes, sir.
There is the rumor. And I don't dwell on rumors.
Okay.
Rumors are pursued by people who are not ready to go look for the facts. And because you asked,
yes,
because let me tell you that what you have just said is just rumor. By people who have one political interest or the other, the same people, who will always look for what to say, do something in the news and see how government reacts to it. As I speak to you, there's nothing like that. And in any case, it's not that I'm saying it. The deputy governor is there for anybody to cross-check. The deputy governor is there. If you're in doubt, you send people to her office. If you're in doubt, I can ask you, I can tell you at times where she went to represent the governor, and she has been all over the place.
Okay.
Doing her, so just take it as the rumor and one of those things that one of those mischievous things that politically tainted people do.
So So what you can tell us live to our listeners is there's no rancor between the deputy governor and your principal, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. No rancor whatsoever.
Not at all. Not at all. They enjoy the best of relationship.
Mm.
Even the deputy governor herself, clearly, they enjoy the best of relationship.
All right.
She's happy. She's happy doing her work.
Okay.
And she's happy working with the governor like distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
Mm. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, now the next question, still on politics, sir. Your principal was a two-time senator who represented Imo West between 2011 and 2019. Hasn't he done enough as a senator for the district? Why is he still going back again as a senator? Because it will be in the history of Nigeria that a serving governor will resign and still go back to the Senate. Sir, what is the purpose? What is the motive behind distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma going back to the Senate? Is there any ulterior motive in the Senate, in the National Assembly? Why? He's still the governor. Let him finish. Why can't he finish his tenure? Then after that, he can think about going to the Senate. What is the purpose? What is the motive behind that, sir? Any word on that?
I don't know why you are working yourself up on this. If I'm following the foul of any law, constitution, can you point that to us so that we can deal with it?
No,
on a very serious note.
Yes.
In politics, in politics like in any other sphere, the more work you do and do well, if you do a work well, you are giving more work. That is how it is.
But the Senate is it higher than the governor? Because I was expecting maybe your principal, maybe after finishing the governor, maybe then he can be vying for the ministerial position, but going to the Senate, I don't know if there's anything wrong with that.
Listen now.
Yes.
You see, if you're a public servant,
yes,
you don't mean yourself.
Yes.
If you are doing well, be prepared to be called to serve. People will always call you to serve because they have tested you. They can draw a difference between you and another person. What you were able to do, which, maybe your opponent couldn't do. It's about service. It's about service. I am sure deep down Uzodimma's mind, if his people didn't lead a delegation to say, please, we have seen what you have. Let me tell you the truth.
Yes.
When he was in the Senate, when he represented his people on Luzon in the Senate, what he did, it was during the time that the people realized that so we can get such benefit from somebody representing us. So that mindset is still there. They have not forgotten. And to add, as an icing on the cake, they have seen what the man has been able to do as governor. They won't let him go. They won't let him go. And I don't blame them. See, Kenneth, there are so many things to do. Hope Uzodimma has a lot to offer to Olu people. He has a lot to offer to Imo people. He has a lot to offer to the Southeast, to Igbo. He has a lot to offer to Nigeria. So his services, reverberates across the country, even globally. For free.
So sir, does that mean that he's the only person in Olu that can do that? Are there no other fantastic politician in the APC in that particular zone that can execute what he has been doing?
I am not from Olu.
Okay.
I'm not in a position to tell you, but the people have spoken.
Okay.
If you paid attention to the primaries that drew him up as their candidate,
yeah,
you will appreciate what I'm saying. You will appreciate what I'm saying. I wish I can see get the video clips I sent to you. And then you compare with, I don't know who and who you have in mind. But the people have spoken. Other people have spoken. You know. So if they have spoken in one accord, that this is the man, I mean, I think we should respect their view. We should respect it. But if you also ask me, also ask me, I think nobody from there has the capacity that distinguished Senator Uzodimma has to represent them. For now, nobody. And let me tell you why I say that what he has done or what he's doing here, you know, has reverberated all over the world. Just last week.
Yes, sir.
You know, African Leadership Organization is a UK-based organization. You know, all gave him an award as an African inspirational leadership on good governance. This award was conferred on him last week at the House of Lords, Westminster, UK. In the House of Reps, South Carolina, in US, a motion was passed recognizing him as a transformational leader who has turned him around. So it's not just about here. In fact, as a matter of fact, most of what he's doing,
yes, sir.
You know, outside, they come here. Look, Kenneth.
Yes, sir.
We had Economic and Investment Summit last year.
Okay.
The whole world was here. As president, former UK president Boris Johnson was here.
Okay.
The president of Liberia was here. The president of three African presidents were here. You know, and you see, such an event, such an activity,
yes,
brought people like mine, people who are development oriented, people who are service oriented, people who are passionate about leadership, about governance.
All right.
I said, there's something going on here. There's something going on here. Now, let me ask you. I didn't hope that the man, completely tenor and goes home and sit down.
Yes.
And drinking tea and coffee.
Yeah.
How would that benefit his people? How would that benefit his people? How would that benefit Nigeria? How would that benefit the Imo State? How would it benefit the countries? That is what we're talking about here. So it's not about him. It's not about the people. It's not about service. It's not about, his readiness to continue to serve the people. But if you service is like a religion. It's like sex. If it's in your blood, you continue to serve until you draw your last breath.
Thank you very much for that response. Now, in follow-up to that question, now, since that has been established, now how will he be able to manage that transformation? Because if he wins the senatorial seat next year, 2027, because next year when we get to 2027, his tenure will remain just a year. So how will he be able to do you know anybody in his mind that will take over from him? And in 2027, another election in Imo State will come up. In 2028, rather, another governorship election is coming up. So how do you think he will be able to marry or to manage the situation at hand next year and 2027? Getting his successor, and also somebody who will take over from him next year, and somebody who will also that he will hand over power to in 2028. How will he be able to manage that?
The process of who will succeed him.
Yes.
Is succeeding the works.
Okay.
And for your information,
yes, sir.
Oluzon has produced 3 governors.
Okay.
Of Imo State.
Okay.
So Olo has ruled the people from Olo, have ruled Imo State for the substantial number of years. And the governor is conscious of this. He's conscious of the fact that other zones should be given the
opportunity. Yeah.
To govern, to rule the state. And you see, he started by sending a deal to the House of Assembly, to recognize the Imo Elder Council.
Okay.
Empower the Elder Council, to give seat to Imo Charter of Equity. So that it will become something, that will be generally accepted by the Imo people, that look, if Olo has had his turn,
yes,
or people can have his turn,
yes,
they can have his turn, and the power will be rotating among these three
senatorial.
So that he has achieved. In fact, just last week,
yes, yes,
there was a meeting of the Imo Elder Council and the leadership of the traditional rulers in Imo State here. Still on this, I don't think there's any fear whatsoever.
Okay.
Imo people, they know what they want. They know how they want Uzodimma to succeed. And they also know that it is their responsibility to ensure that whoever comes to succeed Uzodimma, will be somebody who will not lower the standard of what he has done. So there's nothing to be afraid of at all. There's nothing to be afraid of. In politics,
yes, sir,
anything can happen under 1 minute. 1 minute is like 1 day in politics. And I can assure you that Uzodimma is not a rookie. This game. He's not a rookie. He's not. He understands.
Politics.
The feelings of the Imo people. He can feel their pulse. And he's determined to ensure that the transition will be seamless.
All right.
Everybody will be happy about it.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, listeners and those who are watching us YouTube, I've been talking since 9 o'clock with Ogwike Nwachukwu, Chief Press Secretary and Special Advisor on Media to Imo State Governor, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. This is Overt Radio. We are broadcasting to you live from the city of Lagos. We are currently streaming on YouTube at Overt Radio Live. You can watch this past interview later on our various social media platforms, on X, Overt Radio Live, on Instagram, Overt News, on TikTok, overt.radio.lagos. All right, sir. Lastly, sir. Very the last one, so that we can allow you go, sir. As the media aide to the governor, what do you think will be in his mind if he's asked about Igbo presidency? Does he think Igbos are marginalized at the center when it comes to the presidency? What will be the thoughts of your principal if he's been asked about Igbo presidency? Quickly, sir.
Kenneth, I don't think there's anything like Igbo presidency. What to have is, it's like saying a Yoruba president, a Hausa president, or a Pig president.
Okay.
They're talking about Nigerian president of Igbo extraction or Yoruba extraction and all that. I think even when you talk about marginalization, Hausa people will tell you they are marginalized now. When you all the people, you have the level of poverty in their area, the lack of education to a large extent. They will tell you they are marginalized. The other people will tell you they are marginalized, one way or the other.
But these two regions, sir. But these two regions you've mentioned, they've had a fair share when it comes to the presidency in the country. So, yes.
Yes, I'm coming.
Yes,
I'm coming. What I'm saying first is that to that extent, everybody can be marginalized. But who doesn't know that that Igbo have not produced
a presidency?
Who doesn't know? Everybody knows. The Yoruba know. The Hausa know. They speak Igbo. They all know. So if you are asking his mindset, what would be his mindset?
Yes.
What would be his mindset? Other than that, it would also be nice, to see an Igbo man become president of Nigeria. One of these days, the way the Hausas have become, the Yorubas have become, somebody from the South have become. I think that should be, I think that should be the mindset.
And will he support? Will he support that any individual? Just like we are having now, Peter Obi being the presidential candidate of Nigeria Democratic Congress, despite the fact that yes, your principal is in the ruling APC.
No. That's an unfair question to ask.
Yes, I know. That is if he's no longer in active politics.
What you should be asking is, if you support his party to produce the president of the Igbo interaction.
Okay.
You should be asking.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
That's what you should be asking me. If my principal would be interested, because of course he has to be interested in his party producing the president of the Igbo interaction.
Okay.
For your information, these governors are all supporting the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yeah, but his counterparts, Alex Oti of His Excellency Governor Alex Oti of Abia State, I think it was over the weekend, did say that when the time comes that he himself is not aligned with that particular development. Alex Oti did say that few days ago, when there was this report that all the Southeast governors have decided to support the re-election of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Alex Oti did say that, they are talking on their own, but as for me, I've not said anything yet. That's to the governor of Abia State.
Yeah, if you read between the lines, Governor Oti's statement, who of course one over five.
Yeah.
There are 5 governors. 1 over 5. He said that the statement says, between the lines, you discover that he also plays politics there.
Okay.
He knows he's supporting Tinubu. He knows that.
Okay.
He does not do that he's supporting Tinubu. You read that between the lines, you discover that, he's playing small politics. But it's allowed. It's allowed. All of them are in agreement. Okay. They are in full support.
Okay.
Of the election of the current president. But at the same time,
yes,
they recognize the fact that the Igbo qualified to be president of Nigeria. The afterman had become the way the Yoruba man had also become. So I think that is the mindset of all of them.
Okay. Honorable Ogwike Nwachukwu, Chief Press Secretary and Special Advisor on Media to Imo State Governor, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. Sir, a very, very big thank you for spending this over an hour, close to an hour with us here on Overdrive Radio. We appreciate you, and congratulations to your principal for those awards that he bagged recently. A big congratulations to him.